Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. It's just a beautiful day today. Just wrapped things up with the tea timers on the Patreon. Cow. Had ourselves a blast of a conversation. Guy is starting to grow. Man, there's a lot more people than there usually is. Whew, a little worn out, but I'm also here for another terrific conversation that I get to have with my beautiful community. Always exciting. Copper, do you want to say hi to the nice people? Copper, stop eating coal. Come here. He's over here eating, like it's not activated charcoal or something like that. Come here, buddy. Yeah, boy. I know it's hot. Come here, guy. Oh, there he is. Mr. Copper Dog. Wait for the chat to come on in here and say hi. It's always exciting. I always love a good Sunday when we get to kind of communicate together, you know? Have ourselves a little conversation. Who knows where it'll take us, you know? It's always a blast. Oh yeah, here they come. And if you're watching this later on, whatever, day you happen to see this, if you just swipe over from the comments, you get to see the live chat. Hello, Bender. Good to see you back. Oh, see, there I go spilling the tea, and not even in the good way. There wasn't even any gossip involved. I'm just over here spilling tea. Yeah, Mr. Copper Dog Bradley. He's a stinking good boy is what he is. Real good boy. So, I've been getting some fox activity. I can't wait to update you guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, I got some new baby birds in. I thought their time was done. No, heck no. There's more baby birds. So I got to give you guys like a wildlife tour, if not update, on what's been going on around here. Yeah, hello everybody. Good to see you. Hi. Thanks for joining me. What do you guys want to talk about today? It's fun. Sundays are a nice day where I get to kind of like calm down the forges a little bit, chill out with you guys in my workshop. Hey, we got Scout. Hello from Patreon. It's fun. Yeah, today I got some fun little things to work on. Always something to be working on. But also it's important to rest. I got a little bit of rest in yesterday. God, it was important to do. Up and coming project, Steven. I got some fun things to share with you guys. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll spill the beans a little bit on what's coming next. But I believe, Stephen, in the apprenticeship theory discussion between you and I think we've talked a little bit about it. So maybe it won't be a big surprise for you, but I'm excited to update everybody on what's to come. Exciting stuff. Wave to screen. That's cute. Oh, we got another mud dauber in the shop. God, those things are just prehistoric looking. Sorry, I'm very distracted by this nasty looking bee thing in here. Anyways, yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? Your guys' up and coming projects, or do you want to maybe a little bit of a cue in on what I got going on? Yeah, what do you guys want to discuss? Let's have ourselves a cup of tea and talk. Tea's not cooling down. It's one of the problems with hot weather. Tea takes a while, Rivets. So you want to have a riveting conversation? Is that what you're talking about? I'm going old panning. You're going gold panning? I've always dreamt about gold panning. I'm having issues making them. Well, there's quite a few ways to make them. And I'm glad you brought up rivets. I'm assuming you're talking like hot rivets, right? Something that you forge while hot, not like a pop rivet or something like that. Yeah, you could. Well, like my favorite way to forge rivets. And if you are interested in the apprenticeship program, I have an entire series on rivets, or like a video for it. Well, one of the best things you could do just out of a piece of like scrap steel lying around is I could make with this, out of this 3/4 inch plate, I could make rivets out of this, one with half inch, one with 3/8, one with quarter, and you just plop it down. You leave a little bit poking out the top, get that hot, forge over the top of it. But if you need it longer, the shank of it, longer than that 3/4, what do we got? Like I could then go 1 3/4, right? Got an inch plate, got just kind of a blind, like pretty much a Pritchard hole, plop there over the top, boom. But also, this was actually one of our most recent apprenticeship program rivet tools. Goes in your vise, and it's made out of angle iron. I've never seen one like it, but it works so well. It's all one piece of metal, and yeah, you just got your round stock diameter. You put it in your vise, it clamps down, and however big you want that rivet head poking up, forge over the top. But what's nice about this tool is it can extend however far you want it to be. You can make a 6-inch pin or what have you, or it could be like a nail and you just draw that tip out a little bit. Like I'm excited to use the heck out of that tool. Actually, this next lesson incorporates that. There's a reason I taught them how to make that, because the next lesson we'll be using it. Hey, Rage, one of the members. What's up, buddy? Welcome. Happy Sunday to you. Have I forged arrowheads? Actually, that's something I never have really gotten into forging. Like I never really got into archery, but I always wanted to. I definitely like to do throwing axes and throwing knives. I made a lot of those. But yeah, not so much in the light of arrowheads. Don't see why not. The question is if the pan you made with will work. If not, my shovel is a small. Yeah, when it comes to like pans. Oh, I thought you made yourself like a cooking pan. Oh, I totally misunderstood. Surprisingly hard panning for gold. Man, it just seems like so much fun, because there's something about I feel like that's why Minecraft is so fun, is because when you're digging, I can have diamonds right on the other side of this piece of stone or something like that. It's like, this river could house a fortune, and I'm just one pan away from finding it. How fun would it have been? I mean, of course, wrought with challenge, disease, illness, all that good stuff, to be one of the 49ers. 1849, that is, in the gold rush of California, and, just finding heaps of gold, when it wasn't all picked out. That would be pretty exciting stuff, I think. Oh, it's surprisingly hard. Matt, about arrowheads. Yeah, I could only imagine. Yeah, that's something I never really got into. There's quite a few things I never really was interested in making, like your classic stuff, like horseshoes and things like that. I was always excited to express myself with art, making lovely vines, that are covered in butterflies and hummingbirds, and trying to recreate nature was always a fun challenge for me. Just sluice it. Oh, what does Rach say? I went on a camping trip last week. That's tremendous. Where'd you go? Ended up bringing home a smoky gray kitty. No way. Adso. Rage, that's awesome. You found yourself a kitty cat, or maybe a kitty cat found you. Is it that's funny. During tea time today, we were talking about House of the Dragon a little bit. No spoilers, but we were talking about the kind of the process of them choosing you just as much as you choosing them, And I feel like that's a very cat thing, Where dogs are you want to be my friend, That's a bobcat. Bender. Yeah, did you bring a lynx home? No. Cat Distribution Network. He definitely chose us. Rage, congrats. You might have yourself a good old lifelong friend right there, It's so funny. I was never a cat person. I was always a dog guy through and through because I don't know, maybe just the loyalty, maybe just because they're like so attentive. I love dogs more than just about anything. But cats have earned a very tender spot in my heart because of just like I don't know, the relationship's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. I never realized nor appreciated it until I adopted a cat of my own. Cute little black cat. She's rad. But apparently she's like kind of facing off with these foxes. No fights or nothing like that, thankfully. My attitude towards it would change dramatically if she was in any danger. Don't you worry. But there's like some territory going on where they're like doing that like rearing up thing, and I think I got a little bit of that footage. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for all of the Fox Featrix drama. My daughter was asking if we could keep him. Couldn't refuse. Yeah, when you get the puppy dog eyes from the daughter, I can only imagine. Posturing, yeah, totally. That cracks me up. That's one of my favorite things, is watching funny cat videos when they meow, when they get all puffed out. Hilarious. They're funny. They're funny critters. My cat will come up to me if he's going to get beat up. Oh, like with other cats? Oh my goodness. Named him after Smokey Gray Cat. And Jamie found Outlander. Totally. I was like, that seems familiar. That's great. Great reference, by the way. Catherine, yes. Oh, Scout. I looked up out my window sill and saw an origami fox. I was standing out there to beat up foxes. You guys are hilarious. I love this. This is fun. And you know what? Like everybody, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. It's a great day of like, I don't know. We were talking about this tea time this morning with the patrons about like routine. Like routine is like, it's both important and limiting sometimes. It's sometimes good to break that routine, but also routine has like a level of solace sometimes. I love routine. I have routine every morning. And like sometimes it's nice not just to have a daily routine, but kind of like that weekly routine. And I think Sundays are really nice to have a bit of like reflection as a part of them, just a wee bit of reflection, maybe a bit of rest, maybe a bit of production to kind of lean yourself up, ramp yourself up into the week a little bit versus just going cold turkey to all of a sudden being productive. I feel like Sundays are a very powerful day. I don't know. Don't get me all started about this. What's your morning routine like? Oh. Well, I start everything off with maybe a little cup of coffee. Cup of coffee and Minecraft. I play Minecraft to kind of get my creative juices flowing, but also there's like a little bit of catharsis. It isn't there at Copper Dog. Yeah, Copper and I, we snuggle up on the couch. Usually it's long, dark outside. Sleep and I, we don't get along. Lately though, last couple of days, I've actually slept in to where it was light outside when I woke up, which is crazy for me. And play a lot of Minecraft, sometimes with the patrons, sometimes without. I have in the Patreon, we have a Minecraft server where we all just kind of make stuff. It's fun. And so I start with like my cup of coffee, first thing. And then I go and water the gardens. I start by watering the gardens. By that point, I'm at my cup of tea. Start with some real juice and then work into the tea. And then, head out into the shop. Like I've noticed that, it's taken my entire life to kind of come to terms with this. But I can't just wake up and get out to the shop. Like I want to, especially when it's like 110 outside. I still need that morning routine to kind of turn my brain on. Because if I get out in the shop, all my cylinders aren't running. the engine's not warmed up. I don't know. Are you that way? I feel terribly guilty about not like just jumping into my work. No, I need like to ramp it up. I need to like, you can imagine like starting up like a plane. You got all those toggle switches, tick, 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 lights are turning on. It takes me a couple hours, to kind of get all the cylinders firing right. I don't know. Maybe I'm just alone there. Ooh, have we talked names as to the foxes? I mean, one's got to be Todd, right? We got Mr. Copper Dog, the little hound dog. And then, of course, we need to have Todd. Got to have Todd in there. But I'm assuming the other's got to be a female because they're like a pair that are running around together. And I assume they pair up like that. I don't know. I haven't gotten close enough to, to see yet, right? Yeah, telling you about Foxhound Rage, exactly. So one's definitely Todd. I think I got it. One of my favorite movies as a kid. I don't have any favorite kids. I don't got kids. One of my favorite movies as a kid was the animal version of Robin Hood. So does it need to be Maid Marian? Marian and Todd? Right? When they're foxes? Play the flute, they will come. I used to play penny whistle a lot. Oh, man. Because, like, literally my first dance with my wife was to that song. That was our first dance song, was the, when they're in the Sherwood Forest and they're, like, running around and they're being real cute. That was our first dance. I love that movie. It's a part of both of our childhoods. Yeah, do we scrap? I mean, gosh, I don't want to do it, but do we scrap Todd and it'd be Robin and Marion? I don't know. That's tough. Because Todd's perfect because we got Mr. Copper. Maybe it's just Todd and Marion. I don't know. We're workshopping. We'll workshop it. How about this? Comment in the live, like not just like in the live chat, but comment below and we'll do a vote. How about that? We'll try and do it that way. Marion, yeah. I remember having the total hots for her as a kid. It's so funny, crushes when you're a kid in cartoons and, it's a fox for God's sakes, but pretty foxy fox, She was cute and she was kind, she was kind. I should do a poll. Rage, you're right, buddy. I'll talk to Casey about doing a poll. Oh, man. You just never know where these conversations might end up. I love it. Maybe I'll do it in the Discord. That'd be a good one. Yeah, maybe the Discord we'll do a poll. Yeah, and like under the suggestions or something. Animated goth girls always had your crush. Hey, how about this? I'll do you one better. No, actually I shouldn't even go there. I shouldn't even go there. No, I won't. Because I have a pretty embarrassing first crush. But no, I'll be too embarrassed. I'll be a bright shade of red if I start talking about it. Kids are funny. When you think back to what influenced you as a kid, it's funny. As your brain is developing, it's the Wild West in there. I'm so stoked on how beautiful of a day it is. Love it. Tell us no. No. I'm embarrassed now. Copper Dog's embarrassed too. Look at him. Well, I'm looking at him at least. Man. Oh, yeah. I think today I'm going to get a little bit of work done in here. Tomorrow morning, I'll update you on what's to come in the workshop. I'm excited for that because we're now down to like the final designs for like a banister, a really fun banister. And there's like, when it comes to designs that I create for a client, I used to try and give them exactly what they wanted, or at least what they thought they wanted, which didn't leave much room for what I wanted as a creator. You know, I was always just kind of miserable, like making this kind of dullard-esque creations, trying to fill the order that the client produced. But now I only design stuff that I want to build. So I'm so excited for their options. I'm curious to see what they choose, but even more curious to see what you would want to choose. So that'll be fun. So stay tuned for that tomorrow morning. So far, so good. Doing great. You know, it's a great day. Sunday. You know, yeah, I feel like we all got like a little bit of flexibility in how we go about it. You know, yeah, who didn't? Bradley. Oh, who had a crush on David Bowie? Oh yeah, yeah, we all had a little bit of like, something going on here. Amazing craftsmanship, Wilhelm. Thank you. Thank you. Means a lot. You know, it's interesting. It's an interesting dichotomy to balance the scales, right? To balance the scales between sublime design or trying to achieve it and like good engineering and tradesmanship. Because often enough, those are split. You know, sometimes they one will lean into the other a little bit, but I feel like it's kind of rare to experience both simultaneously in equal measures. And I think that's my favorite thing to bring to life, you know? Is something that is emotionally evocative. Something that can like, I don't know, evoke an emotion or an experience or bring back a memory or maybe create a new one instantaneously. Like right here, boom. All of a sudden now, like I'll remember this moment of seeing this. Coupled with just good, sharp discipline, engineering, thought, like cold logic, you know, to marry those two is it's fun. It's a fun thing to do. You know, and as with such a creative community, like I'm so fortunate to have all of you guys, I think that's a kind of a fun challenge to extend to you, you know? Like let's say, you know, just like utilitarian things, right? Let's say it's a latch for a gate, you know, or it's a magnet for your refrigerator. It's got a job, right? It's just got a job. But how can you make that awe-inspiring? You know, maybe it doesn't have to be so awe-inspiring. It could just be clever or like, oh, you know, get a little laugh. Like, oh, I have to push down on this butterfly wing to make that happen. You know, like, it's a fun thing to pair because I feel like they're a very unlikely match. But when they're matched up and they jive, go. It's just an unbeatable duo. Anyways, you guys are going to get me really deep. You're going to get me all philosophical now. Oh, yeah, don't swim. Yeah, I kind of prepared us for life a little bit. Oh, and I love the Sarah. Hey! I love the glovey wave. That's so cute. I started to help my uncle make and fix stuff around my town. That's cool. Like, I think this will be like my final point is like that right there. Being able to work under somebody, even if they're family or not, just find someone you get to work under. God, that's such an important thing because I feel like, and even if it's a trade you have no business in, a trade that you don't want anything in, it doesn't even have to be a trade. It could just be washing dishes with your grandma. You know, how they do things, how they've learned through their 60 to 80 plus years, whatever, how they do things efficiently, how they've done things their entire life. And you get to learn from that, you know? And I love working, like there were so many times when I was working with stonemasons and concrete workers and just working with them and just seeing how they conducted themselves, seeing how they cleaned their tools, even how they kept themselves clean, not, you know, walking away looked like they got shot out of a cannon. Just being observant, asking questions, because you get to learn a lot from accidental mentors. It's good stuff. You know, like working summers with your Boilermaker uncle or whatever. I don't ever have any intentions of being a Boilermaker, right? But there's a lot of things you can learn from people, very unexpected things. So I highly suggest you get out there and just learn from people. Think about it. Think about who you have in your environment that you might be able to learn something from. Might surprise you. I mean, being a forever student, I feel like, is one of the greatest mindsets that you can have because there's humility in it. There's a lot of humility in being accepting to learn. Like, it's so funny because I feel like our 20s are usually like, nah, I know everything. You know, I'm ready to set the world on fire with all the things that I know. And it's interesting because that's usually when you have the most to learn, right? And that's just the way things usually work and develop and grow. You know, that's our bell curve. But a good position to feel is just knowing nothing, right? Like you feel like you just know so little and you're constantly learning. That's such a good mindset to maintain, you know? Because like, well, Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, you know, as the sphere of your knowledge grows, so too does the circumference of your ignorance. You know what I mean? If you feel like you just got everything figured out and you know everything, you might not be open to a lot of things. You might not be challenging yourself enough. You know, when you feel like just a total ding dong and you just know nothing and you're constantly learning, it's a surprisingly good place to be in. Very valuable mindset. Just throwing that out there for you guys. You know, be humble and learn. It's good. It's really good. I feel like I didn't start learning until 30. Stephen. Cheers to that, partner. Absolutely. And for a guy that's learning so much, so let me give you a bit of background. Stephen is my apprentice, and I'm super excited about his potential. It's crazy because he has been going from one school to another in blacksmithing and photography, videography, all like taking class after class and class. Like, what a cool thing to be able to do. You know, I'm super proud of you, man. I'm super excited to see what you can create with all of this knowledge that you're cultivating. Speaking of being a forever student, that right there, Stephen, bingo. Read what you said. Sorry, I missed it, Rage. I was too busy in Maxland. Okay, you ever have those days at work whenever you just get as dirty as possible? Like whenever I was doing carpentry, I would let the sawdust pile up, just screw it. Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah, it's sometimes fun to relish in that. Because there's like times where it's like, I can't get any dirtier. Like I remember, instantly comes to mind an idea of this was when I used to play a lot of football. Played like 9 years in school. And I loved it. It was a great outlet for my aggression, my anger. I was a very different, dark person. You know, I worked on it, you know. Speaking of being a constant student. But some of these games, you know, in like high school ball, be pouring rain. And there was just something exhilarating about being just soaked to the bone. You couldn't possibly get any wetter. You possibly couldn't get any muddier. And it was just so fun to just have reckless abandon. To have that, you know, to have that feeling of complete reckless abandon when it came to, like, you know, because we all have a natural aversion to being like, oh no, I don't want to get wet, or, you know, I don't want to get dirty. It's so much fun to just reckless abandon, just dive into just mud because you couldn't possibly get any dirtier. There's something to that, buddy. Thanks for bringing that up. You brought me back a really fun fun memory. Thanks, man. Oh. Reflection. Cheers to reflection, everybody. Well, you guys have an epic and wonderful Sunday to get back to. I don't want to consume all your time. I don't want to be selfish here. You guys got a great day ahead of you, or whatever's left of it, you know. So I'll leave you here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for like bringing up some really cool memories, from cartoon crushes to playing ball in the rain. You guys are special, you know that? So, thank you. And never forget, though, I love you guys. Don't forget to love each other, okay? Do something kind for someone today. If not, maybe just yourself. All right, everybody. Happy Sunday. Cheers. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay. Bye-bye.